I'm gonna just go straight into the video, gang. Let's see what it's about.
You know, they're moving. They know where the guys come to drop off the fentanyl at these gas stations or these different places, and they have a whole network. But if you're from Albuquerque, you're from New Mexico,
go to the gym.
You're a certain
Absolutely
way.
never.
And we grew up with these realities, you know. Fentanyl is just the new thing. What have we had before it, you know? When I was young, heroin really shaped my life and my family's life in Espanola. I was able to get away from that place and move to Moriarty, and there was meth everywhere, you know, single wide trailers full of meth. And now we've come into the opioid epidemic, and it's turned into this thing called fentanyl.
Is it fentanyl
in the UK?
I don't know what they call it in the UK. What do they call it in the UK?
We just hoping and praying that the community can get, you know, restored. Go to the sheriffs and the SWAT team. They definitely trying to clean up the community because they're asking for suggestions. My name's Jutaro, y'all. Trying to clean up Albuquerque, you know what I'm saying?
Fentanyl, guys, like, fentanyl, like, I think fentanyl's like, you guys know what I mean? I don't know. I think fentanyl, I don't know.
The streets of Albuquerque, New Mexico are not to be played with, especially as they face an increased rate of homelessness and a mass surge of fentanyl, driven by the production of small pills called blues, which are pressed and packaged in Mexico by cartels, who receive the raw fentanyl precursor materials from
What the fuck?
Chinese chemists, who operate with little to no
Fentanyl,
consequences from their government.
The Drug Enforcement Agency estimates 90% of fentanyl comes from China.
But sometimes I be thinking about what I feel like I can really pass around and sell fentanyl, bro. Like real nigga shit, bro. I really feel like I can be that guy, bro. I can be Heisenberg.
These companies that not only operate legally inside of China, but are also subsidized and paid for by the Chinese Communist Party.
There's a new drug of choice in New Mexico that's causing problems like the state's never seen before.
It's in our communities. It's found everywhere we go. Bernalillo County reported nearly 69 deaths per 100,000 people.
That fentanyl's killing a whole lot of people. Back in the days, it used to be Sheba, used to be heroin.
Like you sell Fent, my God.
Overnight, it seemed like the blues came in, and I just started seeing everybody that like I knew that was getting high on just the heroin.
You got high off your own supply.
Like their whole lifestyle changed. You know what I mean? Like they started losing everything. You know what I mean? Like people are going out and just stealing shit right and left. You know what I mean? If it ain't bolted down, someone's gonna take it. You know what I mean?
In the years prior, Albuquerque's gritty reputation was something that many well-to-do residents saw as quirky, a small blemish on an otherwise strong city, often ironically celebrated through the veneration of the character Walter White, a fictional meth dealer from the series Breaking Bad, who once called the ABQ home. But the surge in violence and property crime that's accompanied the advent of blues has caused residents to get serious and push for a real solution. Much like in San Francisco, where I visited a nonprofit facility called the Gubbio Project, who distributes safe supplies to drug users in the hopes of curtailing the overdose rate. Albuquerque is home to several nonprofits that work in harm reduction, one of which is called the Endorphin Power Company.
So I'm Jeff Holland. I'm the executive director here at the Endorphin Power Company in Albuquerque's International District. I'm also a clinician at New Mexico Wellness Residential Treatment Center and Detox. Yeah, we're a very unique housing model that helps people coming out of treatment who might be facing homelessness or who might be facing a situation where they think they need more support or they don't want to return to a dangerous situation. We're a non-denominational program. It's not faith-based, it's not this-based, it's whatever works for the individual. So, you know, if going to church works, that's fine. If going to 12-step works, that's fine. If practicing Buddhism, that's fine. We're just going to hold you to something. So we have case managers here. Everybody gets assigned a case manager, so you don't just live here. You actually meet with people to help you set and achieve your goals. And the four non-negotiables of our program are exercise, education, service, and community. So all the residents here have to do something for their physical health on a daily basis for 30 minutes. They have to do something for their brain health for 30 minutes, which is learning something new. It can be school, YouTube video, reading a book, reading the newspaper, whatever. They've got to be a part of the community where they live because the biggest support system you have are the people you surround yourself with on a regular basis. So they got to spend at least 30 minutes a day here with their community. And then you have to give back to the community without expectation of reward for up to 3 hours a month.
Despite these pretty straightforward tenets, Jeff says it's become increasingly difficult to serve the community, based solely on the strength of fentanyl, which has doubled the number of users seeking their services.
So 10 years ago, the flavor of the month was heroin, right? Right now, that's all shifted into fentanyl. You're always going to have meth and alcohol and cocaine and all that. I think now, because fentanyl is so much cheaper and so much stronger, you know, the junkie's dream, give me the strongest stuff possible, take me to the edge of death. We're seeing quite a few more people. So Same symptoms, same look, just more of it.
We should take you to this rehab center, Lee.
People up,
you are addicted to sniffing
it's
coke.
taking a lot of people's lives. I mean, it's almost taken my life a few times. You know what I mean?
And I used to be a heroin addict. I done 10 years in prison. Got out in 2017, and that was a pretty big difference to me from what it used to be back in the days. You know what I mean? There's a lot of murders. There's a lot of homeless people. Whatever the fuck they're smoking is bad.
I overdosed probably about 3 months ago. I was lucky enough to that got brought back. Like I said, at 1 minute I
You got brought back because you were sniffing coke. Get sit down to Hades Jones, bro.
I'm sitting here having a conversation with you, and then the next minute I'm waking up on the floor and I got paramedics around me and my girl on the side of me crying because I stopped breathing, and you know what I mean, she was trying to do CPR on me to wake me back up.
The overdose rate has increased. Fentanyl's been a little bit harder. It's a little harder to detox from because a lot of the detox meds don't touch it as quick as it would touch heroin. So like where maybe you could go through the worst of heroin in 3 to 5 days, with fentanyl it's probably like that 7 to 10 day range. During overdoses, it's taking a lot more Narcan to bring people out of fentanyl overdoses. Heroin, you might hit someone 2-3 times.
Lee,
shit, with fentanyl you could hit them
just
6-7 times. You know, until
So a nigga, he was addicted to fentanyl. Because he was addicted to fentanyl, he would take it, he wouldn't take too much, and he overdosed without unknowingly knowing the cause and effect. So his guy had to do CPR on him. Not even that, he's had numerous of overdoses. So that is you just breaking down the cause and effect of what fentanyl can do into a community. So I know everything that's happening in the fucking video, so don't ever sit down there and act like I'm more fucking concentrating. Lee, this is your future. Gideon videos. If I watch a Gideon video, Lee, this is your future. If I watch a fentanyl video, Lee, this is your future. If I watch a prison video, Lee, this is your future. If I watch a like, bro, I watch any type of video. Wait, bro.
Lee, this is your future.
they snap out of it.
Are you
I had the issue
special,
last
Lee?
night. I almost lost
This is his present.
my girl, you know what I mean? She got high and I started looking at her and she was kind of incoherent. Right away, the first thing that popped in my mind is she's gonna overdose, you know what I mean? So I started running around the streets right here, finding Narcan and running back upstairs and just making sure she was all right, you know what I mean? But it's scary, dude. You know what I mean? It's scary when it's that close to home.
Like every other public health crisis in America, the fentanyl catastrophe in Albuquerque has created a major blame game as to
Can I talk about Macho Mike past of life, you know, with someone I know that they're fentanyl? What do you guys care?
responsible for the situation. In leftist American discourse, especially far away from the epicenter of the problem, it's easy to blame Big Pharma, or perhaps America's broken spiritual core, for causing addiction, which then created the cartel demand. But those in the space feel that what's happening right now simply goes far beyond basic supply and demand tenets, and is somewhat evil.
They have figured out, like, hey, if we can manufacture fentanyl in these little pills and sell it for $2 a hit, what else can we manufacture into a little dose and sell it super cheap? The insidiousness of the nature of the drug is just,
where is this though? I don't even know where this is. I want to know where this is though.
Grimier. I mean, these are the zombies on the street, right? They're bent over, standing in a median, bent over, like they're not falling down, but they're just bent over, and they seem like they're out of it.
I need fentanyl in my system right now. Yes, please.
Public.
Please, somebody give this nigga fentanyl.
I need fen in my system right now.
I promise you, you're gonna get superpowers. Just take the fentanyl. Take like 10 pieces of fentanyl inside of you. Yeah. Make it snappy too.
And it's just really insidious. The synthetic market is getting bigger, and it's not going to stop.
All right, what's up, people? Just want to stop you real quick and remind y'all that let's take a look at what different headline. Obviously, clock voice.
Much like till they become homeless en masse, which, because of the eyesore and declining property value factor, often leads to renewed calls for city accountability. In Albuquerque, the city responded, as cities often do, with sweeps, closing down major public parks where homeless people live, in the hopes that they would either die or recover somewhere else.
More than a year ago, Coronado Park had to close because homeless camping here had gotten so bad. At that time, a little over 1,300 people were experiencing homelessness in Albuquerque, and now that number has risen.
How do you even get drugs in the UK, like? I don't know if that's a stupid question, but like, bro, where does it spoon from? Like, don't they need like scientists to like cook that shit? Like, even in London in general, like, how are niggas trapping? Telegram. And what, is it not encrypted? Nothing's encrypted, bro. Like, how did they get... So the niggas, like, deport it. And they deport it from another place, and then they go... So they go on Snap, they buy it. The nigga deports it, or what, sends it... Well, probably not sends it to the address, but sends it to, like, the trap house or something. Telegram is private, bro. That's where people get code points. Oh, I didn't need to know that. But, okay. So, okay, how did he send it? Did they link up? Did they meet up and then they just give it to the person? And probably that person is probably Mexican or some shit.
This is what the underpass looked like in early March. We witnessed open drug use and clothing on fire on the sidewalk.
There are now 2,394 people experiencing homelessness in Albuquerque, a nearly 83% increase from last year.
Fuck, I've been homeless before. I've been out on the streets before. Honestly, I didn't like it. I didn't like being fucking out there on them streets with no money, Holmes. Some of these people don't know what to do. And once you go to the streets, these fucking streets will suck you up.
A lot of people don't want to have a drug addict at their house or around their kids.
You've been homeless, innit? Yeah, I've been homeless once. You know, I ain't really come from good houses, fresh signs like you niggas. You niggas lived in good houses with comfort and warmth. I lived in the hate, malice, discomfort, futile positions, compositions, places of pure darkness.
Their property, you know what I mean? They think that, okay, well, because this person gets high, they're gonna rip me off, or they're gonna, you know what I mean, steal my shit.
Some days are miserable.
I guess you wiped your ass with thieves. I guess you did.
Mother tell me behind it, we're getting hold up that night. It snowed and rained. I woke up, fucking my clothes were wet, soaked, drenched, miserable as fuck. I had to go to court. My birthday. It was my birthday. Court. What? Hey, I'm trying my hardest, Anis. I'm trying my hardest. But yeah.
You don't know who's out there, to be honest with you. You don't know who's out there. There could be a husband out there. There could be somebody's grandma, somebody's kid. You don't know who's out there, bro. But why do people hit the streets? Why are people homeless? They lose jobs. Moms and dads kick them out. They get divorced. Something made them go out there, right? Something in their life went fucked up.
If you don't have anywhere else to go, if you don't have anybody else to talk to, if you don't have any source of support that you feel like you're drowning in a sea of addiction.
What would you do if you're kicked out today, Lee? I'll get a grip.
Addiction or whatever.
What would you do
if we can't help you? We're never more than
today,
one
Lee?
person away to get you help, right? And that's kind of our philosophy.
So
we just want to be that
question.
place, that go-to place.
Others, especially in our generation, believe the true
I'll start selling fentanyl. Fuck it.
solution to the problem is within reach, especially by way of funding organizations like Jeff's, but that politicians like to keep these problems going to keep their pockets full.
We have this wonderful concept called reversibility. A problem might spontaneously appear like fentanyl or homelessness, and all of a sudden everyone is surprised. But the same people that created the policies, that create the displacement, are also the same cronies and friends that get paid to fix it much later. And we call this reversibility.
Sometimes you have liberal politicians that'll say, oh, we're creating affordable housing. What they don't tell you is that they're giving away millions of dollars to already wealthy developers to create this affordable housing. But the affordable housing is only affordable for so many years.
She's some bad shit. Yabba dabba doo. Roo roo. I'm the salamander. Buzz. Also known as Lightyear.
Then it gets popped up to market rate and gentrification.
We're continually assured the best and brightest are going to fix our community and these complex problems, but it's all just stayed the same the majority of my life or gotten incredibly worse.
What are our tax dollars going to? It should be going to housing our people, for health care. And yeah, definitely we have a big substance abuse issue in Albuquerque, and you know, we need to be thinking about ways to solve that from like a non-judgmental health perspective.
There's probably places internationally that have tackled a lot of these problems that are ahead of us, you know, whether it's heroin, whether it's meth, whether it's opioids, whether it's fentanyl,
they think it was,
whether it's
it
to
makes
me, even
them
alcohol,
read minds.
you know,
It fix all.
it decimates our communities, and we have to start asking why.
For many, myself included, there seems to be a big connection between
The thing is, I don't think there's anybody more psychological than me. I ain't gonna lie to you. To me, this is not psychological, bro. Because I need you niggas to understand, like, I have a sort of degree of socialism. Like, I'm able to read. I'm not able to read minds, but I'm able to read characteristics. I'm able to read characteristics to the point where like my skill set, my best skill set is how I am in social environments. I ain't gonna lie to you. Niggas are laughing at me. I know you niggas find it funny, but I'm trying to tell you the truth. Like, if I was in a social environment in any sort of situation, bro, I'm able to prevail in any sort. That I promise you could put me on a poggers group, you could put me in a gangster group, you can put me in a black group, white group, Mexican group. I'm able to prevail in any social demographic because I'm D-Mask. I'm trying to tell you niggas, gang. That's how I am, bro. I'm just able to prevail anywhere.
You just literally spent 30 seconds saying nothing. Homeless poo on themselves. Could you survive that?
Real estate developers, and the proliferation of the open-air drug zones that seem to be confined to a small radius in American cities. One place you may have seen this is in our coverage of Kensington, the open-air drug market in Philadelphia. In every direction south and west of the area where police turn a strange and mysterious blind eye to the hellish street scenes unfolding every day, entire blocks are being torn down to make way for massive apartment complexes owned by mega developers like Templetown Realty, who have contracts with either universities or the cities themselves. The business model of many of these city-connected real estate companies, many in the neighborhood speculated, is to use the dejected homeless population to lower property values so the companies can tear shit down and make new stuff to make more money.
So many of these politicians are invested in the real estate industry. They really don't represent the people. They represent those interests that, often fund their campaigns. We see it from the city to state level. We've got one brave ally, Senator Linda Lopez. She's reintroducing this bill right now actually to make rent control legal, because actually it's illegal for us to put a limit on how much landlords squeeze money out of us, right? Last session we tried to do the same thing, and the committee that we were in, a lot of those guys are landlords themselves. So it's a complete uphill battle. The system's completely built to benefit the very, very small percentage of landlords and developers.
What's a bandina?
And it's
she's a bandina. That's what they call it.
Of us in New Mexico.
Is that like a new saying?
A few years ago, we bought a triplex across the street because we realized...
Bro, what is this documentary gonna do? Is it gonna fucking save lives, bro? I don't understand, bro. That's what I'm thinking when I'm watching this. What's the point, bro? Because all they're gaining is money off YouTube, bro. Like, what are they gonna is there like a charity work? Is there something that's going on? Like, bro, these niggas are sounding like they're gonna save fucking America or some shit, bro. This is literally a small part of America. Something can change. But what is this video gonna do? Is this trying to raise awareness?
Some of the people that were leaving our program, they were being discriminated against in terms of getting a nice place. Like, they would have good jobs,
awareness, you stupid
making
idiot.
good money, and they would go to these places and they would just look at their background or lack of background and be like, no, you can't live here.
This is the type of stuff, it's like, housing is a huge barrier to people in Albuquerque and people in New Mexico, like just being able to survive, and like how can you grow as a person? How can you be a healthy person mentally and physically if you can't even have housing accessible?
But we know that in many situations, full drug legalization can lead to a complete nightmare, especially in municipalities like Portland, Oregon, where the same drugs that are made legal are also deeply criminalized in other states and counties that are just a few hours away by car. What happens is that because of the disparity in law, many of the drug users, to avoid jail time and citations, decide to all head to the city so they can not go to jail. And the harm reduction nonprofit resources are stretched thin to the point of capacity.
My city, my state is getting diced up, and it goes to the highest bidder, and you end up displacing a lot of people. It's kind of a mess. I don't know.
These people are
other
literally
than money
more
coming
functional
in
than
and
you.
completely changing these neighborhoods, and then they go somewhere else. I don't know where they go. I don't know where this problem goes.
Some people are like, arrest everybody and put them in jail and make everything illegal. Like, well, maybe for some people that's gonna work, and other people are like, legalize everything and decriminalize everything and just let everybody do what they want. And for some people that's gonna work.
But despite the scene on the ground,
Imagine
Albuquerque
being a
from a
Fent
legal
addict and
perspective is
meeting Lee
not
and
like
then going,
Portland,
"Wow, this guy
SF, or
is a
Seattle.
crackhead."
It's more like Vegas or Phoenix. You can't just technically do drugs on the streets there. And many people on the Albuquerque streets began their career in jail and prison with petty drug possession charges.
I used to be a heroin addict, and my first bid was in 2001. That's when I got sentenced. I got locked up in 2000. I didn't learn from for a long time, man. You know, I took that little trip down that road to the Pinta.
Did he bust a nut? What the fuck? Did he bust a fat nut? What the fuck was that?
Down that road to the Pinta, where most of us, I could say most of my homies anyways, ended up. And I done about 15 years. I've done 15 years, and yeah. And I did everything that I said I was gonna do once I put my mind to it in the joint. This is what I tell my homeboys when they get out. If they call me, they tell me, and like I tell them, if you guys love your freedom and you enjoy your freedom, you're gonna stay clean, homes. Because if you don't stay clean, eventually you're gonna get caught and you're gonna go back.
Whatever reason you have, at what point do we say, look, we've got to find something better? I'm saying maybe we need to make the jails more therapeutic. Maybe we need to put appropriate clinical services in the jail so we can say, Joe, you're really struggling, man, and we're really worried about you as a...
He bust a nut. That's all I saw. I ain't gonna lie. I just kept on laughing at busting the nut. I'm real. That shit just made me laugh, bro. That shit made me laugh. It made me forget everything else, bro. He bust a fucking nut, bro. What do you want me to say?
Person in
I hate what you said. The nigga moved and bust a fucking nut on Fent. How do you expect me to, bro?
Society that you're gonna die. We have a program in our jail, so you're not getting out of jail like 3 days off of fentanyl
How you
or
expecting
5
me
days
to remember what
with
you
no
said,
home,
bro?
no services,
The nigga
no
swinging
support.
his hips.
We want you to just stay here. Let's do a 45-day, 90-day, whatever treatment, and let's just try and get him some social support. So when you leave here, you're not leaving here, you're actually walking into something. You're gonna leave here and go immediately into housing. A lot of people want to say that I'm saying incarcerate addiction, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying the entire system has to think differently. But this whole thing where it's just about wins and losses on the attorney side, that's some bullshit. So how can we think about it from top to bottom to be better, right?
There's really not an answer to how you're gonna fix that in New Mexico, that's for sure.
At some point, when is it incumbent upon us as a society to help people who can't help themselves? We gotta think of it in those terms. Otherwise, we're just stepping on our own dick all the time.
Channel 5 live worldwide.
You see, he can make a joke.
Fuck that.
Parents got divorced when I was in Puerto Rico, Mexico. And right now we're here at downtown Albuquerque at Puerto Rico Tattoo. I was born and raised here in Albuquerque, the South Valley, and right here in this neighborhood, Barelas. When my parents got divorced when I was 12 years old, I moved down here with my grandfather. So I grew up not far from here, about 1 minute walk. With the growing in population and, you know, comes along all the other stuff. I've seen a lot of buildings be built, a lot of the land get developed. I guess it depends what part of Albuquerque you're at, you know. But
Albuquerque,
to me,
bro. It's a good place to live. It sounds like a great place to live, though.
City, you know, our air is
It sounds like a good place to live. I fuck with it.
As
You
far
niggas want me
as
to be honest,
like
I
the
fuck with the
inner
place,
city,
like.
you know, we have a lot of course, fentanyl. That's the main thing that I would see, and it's all caused by that. Probably all around America the same. Like inner city shit, you know, the homeless and stuff like that. They're real harmless.
He's saying
You
it's a
know, we
clean
have
place,
a lot
though.
of petty crime and
Bro,
stuff
the
like
thing
that.
is, he's
but
saying
that's
it's a clean place, though. Like,
pretty
there's a
much
clean
it,
places
you
of
know?
it, bro.
It's affected me in a positive and a negative
You
way.
said you wanted fucking
Just as
fentanyl,
it
man.
does with
Why you
everyone
calling
in
me a
every
moron?
city, you know? You don't want your customers' cars getting broken into and stuff
Yes,
like
yeah,
that.
well,
and
I'm
that
scrolling back on this video.
At the same time, they're out
I
there
know
doing
what I heard,
jobs too, you know, that other people don't want to do. You know, you have them picking up trash in the parking lot and shit like that. So as far as changing in culture, it's been interesting too, because
There's different parts
you know,
of
my era was
Albuquerque,
like
which is
the
clean,
Cholo
there's
era,
dirty, there's
you know?
fentanyl everywhere.
Everyone was into the Cholo stuff and gangs and stuff, and it's a lot different now. You don't see so much of it, which is kind of nice. I don't know about the Cholo stuff, I like that stuff, you know, but the gangs and shit, you don't see a whole lot of it. I know they're out there, but it's not like it used to be. In my eyes, it's gotten better. I understand, like, if you were to go off of
Bro, do
statistics
not ever
like
fucking compare
crime
Albuquerque
or
to
whatever,
South London, gang.
but I mean, so is the population. So there would be more crime, obviously. It's beautiful. It's the land of opportunity, I feel like, you know. You hear that a lot from people from Albuquerque, that they move out of Albuquerque and search for opportunity. But for me, it's the opposite. You know, Albuquerque's so nice for that, for opportunity. For one, because startups on businesses and stuff, your cost is real low.
So I'm not from South. I'm literally half American. I'm from Alabama.
Top of.
Oh yeah, but my parent does live in South.
Everyone knows each other, so if you need to get shit done, it's real easy to get shit done. There's always somebody that knows somebody. It's big enough to start a business, but it's not too big to where you're just working all alone, you know? You got a lot of people that'll back you on whatever you do, in my experience. I guess this is how you look at it, you know? Because for myself, it's been the best city to grow up in for all those reasons, you know? I've had the support of a lot of people, but no, it's been good. The city's nice.
I guess I'm from Croydon.
It's hard for me to say about any negativity on it because I've never experienced it in my life, you know?
Cool. You want to tell them where they can find you? Maybe your shop, Instagram shout out or anything like that?
Yeah, you can check us up on Instagram. It's Por Vida 505. The shop is right here downtown on 504th Street Southwest.
W Street, man.
Yeah.
One of you niggas can get your tattoo over there.
Por Vida,
South London is where the majority of thugs reside. Well,
PorVidaABQ.com. Sorry. Yeah, PorVidaABQ.com, and from our website you could find everything.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
That's it.
Sorry, dog. I don't have so much to say.
No, that's perfect. No, that's
the frogs that press the leers the tits against the glass while Lee streams. You're so fucking weird, gang. In love and memory of John Buzzer. Oh, he died. I'll do the pose of him. Rest in peace, gang. Alright. This has been good reactions, man. Yo, bro, this has been good reactions, man. I ain't gonna lie, I enjoyed myself, bro. That was actually a W vid.